Hi everyone, I'm Ben Graupner.
And what do you do?
I'm a musician. Right now I'm working on some solo projects as well as playing in a band called Pink Fuzzy Animals.
So who or what inspired you to become an artist?
Man, it's, I've never thought about that. When I was a little kid, about 7, I started doing plays, like in community theaters and things like that. And by the time I made it to high school, I was missing so much class and stuff because I was up late rehearsing for shows or doing daytime matinees out of town. I was making it to maybe 3 days of school a week, and my parents sent me to art school. And since then, I've just been traveling around. I started traveling doing performance art, and then in my 20s, I started playing music, and I've been playing music in a band ever since.
All right. Can you tell us what your first singing experience was? I know you said you did some acting, but what was your first singing experience?
I guess my first singing experience would be the first audition I ever went to. My dad lied to me and told me it was for an X-Men Christmas Carol, and that I was auditioning for the part of Wolverine. But so of course he got me down there, and I at the time was, my dad was, he was in radio, so he gave us a bunch of really good music to start with. But at the time he had given me the Elvis Presley box set, and I was listening to Elvis all the time. And there was this little old lady, I remember her name was Esther McIntosh. She's the old piano lady at the community theater. And I went up to her and I was in front of the auditions and everyone. All you had to do was sing 30 seconds of the song. And I asked her if she knew how to play Hound Dog. She suggested that I sing Happy Birthday instead. So I guess that would be it.
All right. Have you changed as a musician from then to now?
Greatly. I think the most important thing you can do as a musician is to keep changing, because your style and your sense of yourself isn't going to go away. And if you make an effort to stay the same, or if you don't make an effort to keep changing, I think you're going to become redundant and stale. So I try and always play new instruments, write in different styles, things like that.
Yeah, that seems like a challenge. So in doing that, how hard do you push yourself?
It's always really hard. There's like this ebb and a flow in a project, When you start writing it, you're always very excited and you feel, it feels great, and then you get sort of towards the fourth quarter of it when you're almost finished or you're about to turn it in, and it's like this blackness falls over you, It's like everything's awful and it couldn't, it's like the most unoriginal piece of it. And then you put it out, and in my case, I usually wait, a few months or sometimes even a year before I go back and listen to it. And then you're always pleasantly surprised, It's like, wow, I did this, I made it. So I think the most challenging thing is to just keep going and finish, no matter what you think it looks like from your perspective, because as an artist you're skewed. You just don't know what you're looking at.
Okay. Being an artist, I can understand, sometimes you go in the studio, you're not satisfied with what's happening. When are you completely satisfied with your work?
Never. I think if you were completely satisfied with something you were working on, then you would know that should be a red flag, that you aren't pushing yourself hard enough if you're satisfied.
Are you happy with the music you've been making now up to this point?
Very happy. Very happy. We've just finished recording the bass tracks, like the drums, the bass, and the guitar, and the keys, and now we're doing the vocals on an album that's probably going to come out around Valentine's Day next year. And I think it's some of the strongest work we've done studio style. And this album, Live from Dinosaur Valley, coming out November 6th, it's a live album, and it's wild and crazy, and like one of us gets eaten by a dinosaur towards the end of one of the songs. We get the dinosaur sound effects come in and appear. It's Robbie Fire, our guitar player, if you know the Pink Fuzzy Animals well. And he gets picked up by a dinosaur and ripped to shreds, and you can hear him screaming. And I think people are really enjoy it. It's not too serious. It's fun. It's funky. It's far out.
What's a side of you the public never sees?
I'm a butt. You know, usually they always urge you to kind of face forward when you're on stage and on camera. You know? It's like when you usually don't see this much of it. You know, it's like kind of. I guess it's pretty boring. I mean, that versus this, right?
Gotcha.
That's my smart ass answer for this one.
Okay.
Oh man.
Many people always ask every artist this. I get the same question all the time. How do you come up with the words for your song?
How do I come up with the words in my songs?
That's an interesting question.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess the things I could tell you in response to that are I'm into story and character, and most of the things that I write tell a story, or they follow a character that's been created. And so I get the words from the aspect of story, and I think that's something that's kind of more particular to the music that I write, because I think other people have, you know, they source their vocabulary from different areas, but that definitely seems to be where I come from most of the time. You know, there are exceptions to everything.
All right. Will you continue to play in both Pink Fuzzy Animals and Mechanical People?
Yeah. Right now, Mechanical People, we're kind of all spread across the board. So I don't know how soon we'll be able to get back together to record another album. Definitely at an upcoming Spencer Bell Legacy, we'll always be performing there. But it's we're in the same community of musicians and bands, and we're always eager to work with each other. So I wouldn't be surprised if we have another EP or album from Mechanical People out before 2014.
Okay. Do you ever see yourself going solo?
Yeah, that's in fact I just released a solo album almost about a month ago called Live from Mars. And I play original songs that I've written, as well as songs by Mechanical People, 100 Monkeys, and Pink Fuzzy Animals. And it's just me and a guitar, which is something I wasn't used to doing. I'd always been, at the very least, me and a drummer. And it was a really interesting experience. It's not something I would want to spend a lot of time doing, because I really believe in a team and a group and having a band, and it's just more fun than being alone and traveling around. But I'll be playing solo shows in the Midwest this November, as well as around the Winnipeg area of Canada in mid-November, and then I'll be heading over to Amsterdam to play 2 shows. But I'll be bringing Ethan Yeager, the drummer for Pink Fuzzy Animals, with me.
That's what's up. You were talking about music the whole time. What are your plans with your acting career?
Actually, while you guys were up taking a picture on the top of the hill, there's a movie that Raph Gamboa, who made the 100 Monkeys documentary, Live and Kickin' Part 2, has been working on a script called Stray. And it's very kind of close, like the characters are very close to the community of musicians that we're in and that he knows, and it follows a girl who has she has a brace on her leg, and she's an unfound singer, and the character that I'm going to play is half of a disbanded band, and they've just lost their singer and they're looking for it, and she's murdered. I can't give the whole story away,
yeah.
But she's on the run, and we run into her in a desert town, and she becomes the singer in our new band.
Gotcha.
And we're actually going this Saturday. We're going to go out to your guys' area in Hermosa and have the first meeting with the producers for the project.
Okay.
So yeah, keep your eyes open for it. It's right now the project's titled Stray.
All right, cool. Stray. Look up for that. Last question. Fans are essential to any artist. What's your favorite experience with your fans?
There have been so many. We're really, really blessed. All of the projects that I've been a part of have had just an amazing fan base. I remember the first time we started to to manufacture shot glasses. It was for 100 Monkeys as merchandise. And our manager at the time was like, no, we can't sell shot glasses at a show, they'll throw them at you. And we were like, really? Like the audiences for your other artists like throw glasses at them? Like, our fans are so supportive and so kind, and you know, everything from a smile to an encouraging letter, which they send to our P.O. box. Yes, we do read them. And you know, lately we've been doing a lot of online streaming shows, and it's very interactive because you get to chat, you know, on the sort of chat interface on the side, and it's just so interesting to see what people are doing all over, whether it's all over the States, Canada, Germany, you name it. And we couldn't be more thankful, and we're trying to stay out on the road as much as possible so we can come and, you know, be face to face, because that's where the real magic happens.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself again. And
Hey, I'm Ben Graupner, Pink Fuzzy Animals, and thank you guys so much.
all right.
Right. This is a song called Shooting Star. It's one of the Pink Fuzzy Animals singles. Oh, where did you go? I'm not looking at the girl I used to know. Oh, how long you gonna hide before I grab a hold of you and put you right back by my side? Whose side? My arm. Side, whose side? My arm. Oh, where did I go? I'm not looking at the man I used to know. Oh, where did I shift and bend, put me back together like just before I went insane? They say I've lost my frame of mind. If I'm losing mine, I'm losing mine, I'm losing mine. Insane. They say I've lost my frame of mind. If I'm losing mine, I'm losing mine, I'm losing mine. She's my shooting star. She's my shooting star. She's my shooting star. She's my shooting star. Mind if I'm losing mine? I'm losing mine, I'm losing mine. Mind if I'm losing mine? I'm losing mine, I'm losing mine. Side, whose side am I on? 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 Oh, where did we go? I'm not looking at the love I used to know. Oh. All right. A shooting star.